My story and experience about Tembinyati from Zilami, right? Whew, guys, trust me, believe you me. I'm one person. I was not gonna make the video. I made it because a particular friend that I trust and I'm close to was like, no, man, you need to share this, right? Knowing you are a person who brings awareness to people. So I've uploaded my part 1 about Usis Tembi story time, and I see it getting traction. A lot of you have seen that I've been off social media lately, especially TikTok. Those who know me, they know me. I have this thing that when my social media is starting to gain traction or is starting to trend, I shy away, because my aim is not to trend. My aim is not.
Hi there, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. Please do not forget to subscribe, comment, like, and of course to make sure that you do share this video. So this TikTok Sakoma Ogogo Matlabane did this video, of course, telling us that she decided to go to Luzilami TV presenter and the medium assistant to consult, because she wanted to see for herself how she helps people. She said that she booked System B and then went into the offices where she consults you guys. And she says her consultation was definitely what she thought it would be. She said while she was waiting in the consulting room, there was this lady who filled in her forms, who was asked by Tembi's assistant to give her names, a little bit of a background, and why she's there to consult. And it is then that the lady wrote why she is there. She says rather, after a few minutes, the assistant then came back to the lady to say to her, System says that you need to elaborate, you need to get into detail as to the reason why you are here. And for her, she says that raised her eyebrow, like, why is Tembi wanting people to elaborate as to why they are there? Shouldn't they just get into that room to for her to consult and see what it is that they want? She said it was then that the lady wrote whatever it is that she wrote on that note, and then after a few minutes later she was called into the consulting room. Within a few minutes she walked out of that room and she was crying. So she said it was her turn when the assistant came to her to do the same like she did, to fill in why she was there. Gogo Matlabane said that she wrote whatever she could think of as to why she was there, and then a few minutes later the assistant came back to her to elaborate, to be more specific as to what she is doing there. She said that she raised an eyebrow as to why would System B want her to do that, you guys. You said that she then wrote and she went into the consulting room. Now people have been coming into the comment section, of course, agreeing with Gogoma Tlabane when she says that that consultation System B was very much questionable. Why would she want to do a background check on the people who were there to consult? You know, they were saying that System B could possibly be, acting like she knows, she is being told that information by the spirit, knowing very well that it is her that she does doing those background checks, you guys. So let me not waste your time, but quickly insert the full video of Gogo Matlabane detailing everything. Before I insert it, guys, please do engage your thoughts with me in the comment section down below. Like this video and do make sure that you do share it so that you do not have to miss out whenever I try to upload a new video.
My story and experience about Tembinyati from Zilami, right? Whew, guys, trust me, believe you me. I'm one person. I was not gonna make the video. I made it because a particular friend that I trust and I'm close to was like, no, man, you need to share this, right? Knowing you are a person who brings awareness to people. So I've uploaded my part 1 about Usis Thembi story time, and I see it getting traction. A lot of you have seen that I've been off social media lately, especially TikTok. Those who know me, they know me. I have this thing that when my social media is starting to gain traction or is starting to trend, I shy away, because my aim is not to trend. My aim is not to get clients. There's a lot of people who've asked, Coco, can we book for a consultation? And I've turned them back. And some I did not answer them. I ended up even removing my telephone numbers and contact details on my socials, on my bio. Because I'm not on TikTok because I'm desperate. I'm on TikTok because I want to share based on my experiences. So this is my experience, and my experience does not take away from your experience. You might have a great experience of Usis Thembi Nyathi, and I'm happy for you. However, this is my experience, and it does not mean it's bad. It just means that for me, it was not it. For me, it was not it. And the reason why I decided to share, guys, I've been in my spiritual journey for too long. I've been deceived, and I told myself I will never be again. Because once as a spiritual child you do something wrong, the healer that made you to do, or that was there to assist you or guide you to do what is wrong, will not be there when you deal with the consequences. Mina, a story that a lot of people that do not know, and people that I trusted with do not know. I received amaphepha with sheriff to say that we are putting your house on auction. And I had to sign those documents. And the date that was written there was the date that I'm supposed to eat in Twaso. But because, guys, one thing about me, guys, I'm a soldier. Don't see me as cute, laughing and whatever. When it comes to my spirituality, I don't joke. And Ukobela does not know even till today. Probably she'll know because maybe she's watching my video now or somebody told her. But I proceeded as nothing, as if nothing happened. Because I had that thing that I'm doing this not because I want Utimpilo Yamelunge, but I'm doing this because this is what I have to do. And this is my gift. And I'm aware of it. And I embrace it. And guys, even wrong, that it's a story that till today I have never told. But because my ancestors saw my heart and dedication, I was not doing it because of ngifuna ukuthi konke lokhu kulunga. I was doing it because of it's my gift. They made sure that they repay me. Guys, my ancestors repaid me in a way that, guys, I can't explain till today. Hence, I was shocked when I went to that interview, Usis Thembi, saying that, guys, I was shocked when I went to that consultation when Usis Thembi said otherwise. It's so you're saying my ancestors, but the same people, guys, maybe I don't know ancestors. But anyway, I'm sharing my journey, my experience, and it does not take away from your experience. And mine is not to discredit people. If you think that I'm discrediting Usis Thembi, good team, I'm not discrediting her. She's a good woman. She has a gift. I'm just stating my experience. And can I be allowed to share my experience? So I promised you a video. Here's my video about Usistembi, my experience, nobody experience. I'm not judging, but I'm just sharing my experience, right? So long time ago, I went on online based on how the information she gave. I've made a booking. It gave me like a date for 2 years to come, and I was like, okay, let me just do it, because I'm that person that believes in, I'm not in a rush. I don't do things because I'm in a rush. And as you know, inyanga ayizelaphi, right? And also I wanted to have an experience of having to go to a medium, right? Because of probably they speak to the dead and they do things differently. So I wanted to have that experience myself, right? Long story short, years went by, right? So last week, or I received a call, right? But the number, it's the number that I saved, the 012 number, which is the office number of Sister, because she gave her website, her WhatsApp number, and her landline. So I saved the landline as well as the WhatsApp number, but I've never called, I never did anything. I just booked and let it be. Either way, you don't pay before consultation, right? So this lady, the PA, when she calls me, she's like, hi, are you still available? You made a booking system, blah blah blah. I'm like, yo, I even forgot, like really. I'm like, no. In my mind, I'm like, I'm not interested, but I'm like, okay, no, you know what, let me just go, let me just go, since I made the effort to book, right? So obviously I go with my husband. I tell my husband, it's okay, after dropping off the kids at school, please, I don't want to go alone, because I don't like going alone to places I don't know. I go with him. So I explained, I'm going to see sister, blah blah blah. So somebody's making noise. So my husband does not believe in ancestors, and it's cool, it's fine, right? I agree that I am going for a consultation alone. But however, this lady, when she called, first things first, she asked me to confirm my surname and name, and of which I did. Then over the phone, she asked me, Uguti, what's your mother's surname and what's your father's surname, of which I don't have a problem with, right? Then she went on to ask deeper questions. Are you married? Like questions, but because already I was ticked off, I was like, So I tried to answer, but in a way of not being accurate, because I'm like, you can't be asking me questions over the phone, right? I have to be in a consultation, speak to Tembi, then she consults me, then if she has any questions or I have any questions, then I can ask. But already I was taken off by those questions, right? I tell my friend, I'm like, hey friend, this is what's going on, but anyway, I'm gonna go. But I was taken off of the questions that they were asking me prior to the consultation. I go. And okay, then I think that Friday she sent me the lady location, right? And I look at the location, I'm like, okay, it's 32 minutes away. It's not far, like it's literally close. Even if I didn't have a car, I was gonna literally, oh guys, it's making noise, the airplane. Right? I was gonna Uber, it was still gonna be cheap, or I was gonna make means of taking taxis, right? So we go. When we get there, obviously, it's a corner house, right? It's a place like Isabapnyana, right? There were 3 cars parked there. There was a BMW, Range Rover. Okay, but anyways, there were people, so we couldn't enter. But there was a car already parked there. I call. I'm like, hey, I don't know if I'm at the right place, but the navigator says I've arrived, and apparently I can't enter. There's pit bulls, right? They're like, oh no, sorry, they'll sort that out. There's someone who will fetch us. Then I think they lock away the pit bulls. Then this man, old man, I think he's my father's age, meaning he's old, maybe Boma 60, 70, I don't know. But anyway, he comes, he's like, hi. Oh, this lady also comes out from a car. Then they're like, okay, no, get in, sit down. So there's a garage, whereby the garage is a waiting area, and also there's sort of like a mini office where the PA sits. Then the PA asks our names and blah blah. I'm like, no, she came first because I found her here, so start with her. They ask her name, they take my details, fine. Then they call her. She goes that side of the office. She comes back. When she comes back, you could see she was unsettled, right? Then she starts speaking to herself. She starts speaking to herself, right, man, something is not right, something is not right. And I'm looking at her. Oh, mind you, what I did as well, because you can see a lot of my beads, time expired, so I took them off, right? So what I did, I was wearing a long dress and I was wearing a long jacket because it was early in the morning. It's cold, so that they cannot see my beads. I believe in when you go eSangomeni or when you go to Uklola or wherever, be it Hila or whatever, I don't know, Profit or in, you must hide your things so that they must not see, right? So I hid everything perfect. I was fine. I was good, right? So this lady sits down and she's like, something is off, something does not feel right. And I look at her. She was with her small baby, right? A baby girl who's like 6 years old. I forgot. I should have asked for her numbers actually, but anyway, I didn't want to, so it's fine. Passed. So then this lady comes with a paper. She's like, Usis Thembi says that, please elaborate. What do you mean? Then this lady stands up and she's like, no, but what do you mean? Usis Thembi kanti self yena. Why are you guys asking me so many questions before the consultations, right? I thought Usis Thembi will give me answers to the questions that I have. Kanti what's going on here? Like, I'm now confused. And this lady's like, no, this is how Usis Thembi works. I don't know what's going on at the time. I'm just listening. This is how Usis Thembi works stuff. This lady takes the paper, she writes, then she gives this lady the paper, then she sits down, then she starts crying. We are color, like ukhala loku okunesibibithwa yabo. And so I ngiyamthulisa ngithi hayi sorry askisi ungakhala. So ukhalelana. Then she's like, no man, this does not feel right, yabo. You know, as they were calling me in that office, this lady was telling me to write reasons why I'm here. So I wrote reasons why I'm here, right? But already it was off. But now they are saying I must elaborate. Let's say I'm not sure what she wrote. Let's say she wrote financial problems, so she must elaborate. I don't have a job in any. Like, I don't know. But anyway, they not yet on my case. So I'm like, okay, fine. She cries. Me and the daughter, we calm her down. Finally, this lady comes down and they call her. She goes inside lapaya. There's a pool. So more begging that you facing the swimming pool. There's a door here, glass door. I think it's a garage or an extra room. That's where Uthembi works. Then she goes in there. This girl, kid you not, that consultation did not even take 20 minutes. Then she comes out, she walks. She doesn't even say goodbye to me, right? And she passes me. Now, I was waiting while she was inside. Now it's my turn, right? This lady comes with the paper, right? She's like, hi, please, what's your surname? I tell her. I'm like, but she asked me over the phone, what's your mother's surname? I tell her. What's your father's surname? I tell her. So are you married? I'm like, oh no, yes, I am married. She's like, but your husband needs to be here. Usis Thembi cannot attend to you when your husband is not here. I'm like, no, my husband is in the car. Like, no, but you must fetch him. I'm like, no, my husband does not believe in these things, so I cannot make him consult. And anyway, I cannot say I am married because we are not yet married. So I don't think there's a necessity for him to be here. Even Nakubo, when they do their own things, ekhaya angingeni entweni zabo, because number one, kusakhona okushodayo, kusakolodwa, kukhona okuningi, angakathelwa ngenyongo nani. So ngokwesintu angakabi kahle umakoti, angakafakwa ngisho nasegcekeni, yabo. She's like, oh okay. Then she comes back. She goes to Usis Thembi, she comes back. She's like, no, Usis Thembi uthi, but where are your parents? I'm like, no, my parents abeko, they stay far. It's like, no, are they married? Or need to know they're not married, right? But my mother cannot be here because my mother is looking after my sister's child who just gave birth. It's small. My father, I don't know, stepmother, so I don't know, so they cannot be here. Then she goes and comes back. No, but like she was asking questions who would say, so are you, then after she gave me that paper, she was like, okay, write all the reasons why you are here. So me, I'm like, why am I here? So I just write short things just to see. I'm here for my spirituality. I'm here for my finances. I'm here for whatever. She goes, she comes back. Usis Thembi says you must elaborate. Elaborate? How? Why am I elaborating? Guys, this video is gonna cut, and that means I have to make a part 2, right? But okay, let's continue. If it cuts, I'll make a part 2, right? uSithembi says you must elaborate. How? Okay, hi im loyo ngiya elaborate ke sengiyabhala but